All right, hey guys. So let's talk about the transition kit and talk about the new catalog. So we have, if you guys do not know, we have 2 catalog changes a year. So we have the spring and summer catalog, which is what we are in right now. That usually launches about end of January, beginning of February. And the fall winter catalog, which launches at the end of July. So this year it's launching July 29th, that Friday night. Be sure to check out the information about it because it's going to be like this whole, there's going to be a whole social media build up around it. And a lot of the people that are at PremierCon will be basically live tweeting, live posting it. So it's super exciting. If you guys have never been around for a catalog change, it might seem a little bit scary, but it really isn't because I mean, it might be a little bit scary, but as long as you guys are kind of staying in contact and stuff, it's really not that big of a deal. And it's super fun because it keeps product fresh. If you have hostesses that love Posh, you can even tell them right now that you are booking out for the fall winter catalog and have them, schedule a date, tentative date after the fall winter catalog launches. And you can even, offer them a gift for keeping their tentative date because then it helps you out, helps them out. And it could be anything. It could be something from the dollar store. It doesn't have to necessarily be product. So if you guys are new, it could be anything. It could just be like a thank you card with like headbands or something like that so that they can, have a mask set. Mask, whatever, with their hair back. Something, if you guys have been around for a little while and you guys have accumulated a little bit of inventory, I advise you guys to do a inventory blowout or inventory reduction sale. Be sure to do that. I recommend doing it anytime between now and mid-July is kind of what I recommend. You could wait till the end of July, right before the catalog change, but I usually just find it a little too hectic for my schedule, so I usually like doing it latest mid-July. But I have done it before at like the last bit of it, but I usually like to try to give my customers a little bit of a break between sales so that then hopefully they'll buy something when the new stuff launches. If you guys are doing an inventory sale or any sale of any kind where you're reducing product below retail, make sure you guys are advertising and telling people about that product in a private setting. So in your private VIP group, if you're posting on your personal page, say, hey, I have a sale going on, join my VIP group for more information, or let me know. That's actually kind of, it might seem kind of ridiculous to say something like that, but it actually helps you out because you want to drive more traffic to your VIP because it's going to really be a very important lifeline to your business, especially as your business continues to grow. So make sure that you guys are talking about the new catalog, some things that you guys can be doing as well. So even if you don't have inventory on hand, you can do bounce back cash. I don't know if you guys have talked or if you guys are aware of this before, but different places have bounce back cash, like Kohl's Cash. Old Navy has similar things. And what you can be doing is, and this is just an example, so you can kind of tweak it as you wish, but I would say, purchase in July, and obviously before the new catalog stuff, purchase in July, and you can make it like a 2-week time frame to give more of an urgency if you want, but say purchase for every $25 in retail that you purchase, you're going to get $5 bounce back cash to spend at this next time, right? So at the time when the new catalog launches. So that's what I would recommend. So you can do something like that, like for every 25, you get $5 to spend during that first 2 weeks of the new catalog. And that's going to help you get orders in July, which, is definitely one of the harder months in retail, but not impossible. But you can get orders in July, and then you're going to front load your calendar for August with the new catalog. So that's a really, really good way of doing it as well. This is something super simple. Like, it's not like they would have to go through you. So if you guys don't know how that Posh cash would work or the bounce back cash would work, they would have to go through you personally to get their order and pay you directly, or they can place it in an event. So you can even say like bounce back cash event, and then manually edit their cart, their total before you check out their carts. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, remember there's a chat box down below or to the right, whatever your screen looks like. But yeah, so transition kits, I'm not even sure where the information was. I just saw Leah and Shanae posting it, so I posted it. Transition kits. Let's talk about transition kits. If you guys did not see, I'm assuming majority of you guys did see it, which is why you guys are here. But let me just pull it up really quick before I totally say something wrong. Okay, so transition kits are going to become available on June 29th at 10 a.m. Every consultant can purchase one of each kit. You'll have the choice between the basic transition kit for $109 or the deluxe transition kit for $249. I am assuming that this will you will get PV on this, and you're also going to get commission on this. This is what they've done in the past. I don't know why it would change otherwise. And I'm pretty sure they've said that recently, that it will count towards your PV. So if you are a consultant that is hoping to stay active, or you guys are, you know, not hitting your numbers, this is a really great way to hit your numbers and stay active. Because last year, I don't know if you guys saw the last transition kits. I have some videos on it. You guys can search my YouTube channel for it if you want. But it was like a ton of stuff. You got business tools. You got you got a bundle of the new catalogs. And in each kit, I think you did, and then you got way more than the product. And then you're getting PV on top of it. So for a $109 kit, you're going to get at least, I'm not going to do that math in my head, but you're going to get at least $22 back. If you are a protege, you're going to get even more if you are a pink. So it's a huge, it's a really good deal. So if you are new or whatever, or if you guys haven't seen the transition kits before, if you guys are doing inventory sales, this is one way you might want to do an inventory sale earlier, or do a flash sale, or do some sort of deal like Mystery Hostess or something, so that you can earn that commission to purchase the kit. So don't be like, don't say you guys didn't know that the kit was coming up, because, you know, we've been telling you guys about it. So you want to make sure that you guys are saving up for that. I don't know how quickly they're going to sell out. Last year, they planned based on previous numbers of kits that, and they thought they were not going to sell out. They thought that was more than what people wanted, and they sold out in it was like crazy Black Friday, like it was nuts. And so it sold out incredibly fast. Obviously, a lot of people were very upset, but Posh was completely blown away by this. They had that they were going to be so popular, so they offered up the kit for basically anybody that wanted them through a certain time frame. Basically, they were available until samples were out, because they included samples in the transition kits, which you guys know that the pre-made samples from the portal are definitely a hot commodity, something that people really want, especially with the new stuff, because it's easy to get out the door to new people, or to people. So that's what happened last year. They were available for basically, I don't remember, like a week at least, and basically everyone who wanted one was able to get one. This time around, I haven't seen anything about how limited it will be, or how many, you know, what to expect. So I'm not really sure, and this is all speculation, and this is just what I'm basing it off of. But if you guys want to plan on purchasing that day, I would hope you guys would be okay. I don't know why you wouldn't be, because Posh isn't out to like make you guys get all frenzied. You know, Posh wants to help us, and the transition kits are really going to help us. So hopefully, yeah. So we're going to there's a premiere call tomorrow morning, and hopefully they will touch base on it some more, so that we so I have more information for you, because what I've seen is what you guys have seen, and I'm just basing what I know off of previous experience. So if you guys have any questions, you guys are welcome to unmute yourselves and ask, or, you know, go to the group chat. It could be, you know, you can touch on new catalog stuff or transition stuff. If anyone doesn't have questions on the transition kit or the new catalog, we can turn off the recording and we can go on whatever topic you guys want.
I have a question.
Oh, hold on. Yes, sorry, my sound is muted.
That's okay. My chat wouldn't work, so I tried. When you're talking about them, you're gonna get, like, on the 29th, the kits are gonna come out. Is that when by looking on the kits, when are we gonna find out what's in the new catalog? What's staying? What's going? Is that at the same time?
Yep, it's going to be at the same time. We don't know until Posh Night is what it's called, so July 29th. We have no heads up ahead of time. Obviously, the seasonal stuff is going to go. The seasonal stuff is marked in the catalog, so you shouldn't be super surprised about that stuff. Like, obviously, the pineapple, I don't think is going to work so well in the winter, so I'm thinking that's not going to stay. But, I mean, a lot of the staple, I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't actually know what the seasonal stuff is, and I can't find a catalog right now. But
walk on the beach.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, I mean, check out what the seasonal products are, and obviously, I think it's a safe bet to say that some of the favorite staples are going to stick around unless something new comes along. Usually Posh doesn't retire anything unless they're coming out with something that's better, newer and better.
Okay.
So usually so it's a big deal, I don't think.
So can you go over a little bit more of what Posh Night is about?
Yeah. So Posh Night is going to be on the night of the 29th. It's Friday night, and it takes place, it's going to be basically like a live event that's happening at PremierCon. If you are in the Chicago area, you can actually purchase tickets just for Posh Night. And that is where it's like a big party. It's where they're going to announce all the new stuff. Any new changes or anything like that. So like our website, the free websites were announced at the last Posh Night. And so any new changes or anything like that, any new exciting stuff, they're going to debut the catalog. They're going to debut the new products. I don't know if there's going to be a live feed on it, but a lot of the premieres there will be live periscoping it or Facebook Live or whatever. You will see it like as it comes out.
Okay.
That's usually the site will be down that morning while they switch everything over, but then they'll mess the site back up again right after Posh Night.
Okay.
So that's in July 29th, and then but the transition kits come out this month. The end of this month is when we order them.
That's when you order them, but you won't get the transition kits till after Posh Night.
Right. So we won't.
Buying basically like a blind grab bag box.
Right. So we won't actually see anything that's in it until the end of July.
No, we won't.
Okay.
So it's like basically like a mystery box.
Yeah, it's like a mystery box, but a very coveted mystery box. It's
So I mean, I know it's hard to say this, but what do you consider the best kit for your buck? The bigger one, or I mean, especially for like a lot of people that are starting out, like people that are under me, they've been asking me, okay, what do I do? And I'm like, because I came on right when the catalog switched. I mean, I signed on and it was like instant. I think it wasn't not too long after that, and I was completely lost.
I think that's a lot of us under Kylene and Mary out, because I was February 7th, so it was the same situation.
Yeah, I was February 9th.
Well, you guys joined right at the new catalog.
Right.
Yeah.
All of our
team.
teams.
You guys haven't had to deal with this. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we have never been through it, so it's kind of hard to tell our people underneath us how this is going to go. We just know it was a little crazy that whole month of February.
February was a blur. Let's just say that.
Yeah, it was.
So if these kits are similar to the last transition kit, so we've only done transition kits twice before, and only last time did we do it this format where you get PV, anyone can order, and there were two options. Okay, so I'm gonna base it off of what we had last time until I know further details. But the basic transition, kit, the $109 one, is going to have new product, and it's going to be a little bit for new consultants and for like social poshers. That's going to be what you're going to want to get. If you are a leader, then you're going to want to get the big one or both, because as a leader, you're going to have it's going to give you more business tools, so you're going to be able to share that with your team. And you're going to be able to, you work your business consistently, so it's not like you're throwing away your money with all these business tools you'll never use. So that's what I think the two transition kits will be. I got both of them last time, and I liked it because they weren't supposed to be the same stuff, and like you got like more like catalogs in both of them, but I got like more like the pamphlets and stuff that I use a lot in the leader kit, and I was able to give that out to my team members and like make samples of everything for my team members and stuff. So it really kind of depends. We have no idea. It really is, are you a leader or are you more of a social posher? If you want to pick, see, here's the thing is, and then I talked to some leaders who didn't even get either of the kits. They were like, as much as they wanted the catalogs right away, because like you're gonna be first in line to get those new catalogs, the new physical catalogs. But as much as they wanted those, they wanted to pick what they wanted. They wanted to be able to pick and choose the products that they got. So there are some people that are going to be like that because maybe they don't keep inventory or do as many parties, and so they don't necessarily need testers. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it really depends. And that was actually kind of crazy to me because I thought, like, to me, I would definitely get one kit. Even if you were like a social posher, that's your best bet. It's basically getting a new starter kit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I was thinking of, I mean, like I've got a small team underneath me, but some of them are not going to be able to get the big kit. So I was thinking I'd get the big kit, they get the little kits. We'd all get together and share our kits for some, like for samples.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit.
See, that would be really fun too if you have a local team and you guys you can do that anytime, really. Schedule a time, everyone buy like one new product and get together and make samples. And that's like super easy way to get out there and try everything. Genevieve has a question. Do the kits vary at all or does everyone get the same stuff? The kits should be roughly the same. So all of the basic kits and the deluxe kits should be roughly the same. Last time they did change out a little bit. They changed the samples out a little bit because they offered it to more people than they originally had planned. They basically offered it out to everybody that wanted it, and the real limiting factor was how many samples they had. So some samples were different in the kits, but for the most part, the product was the same. So hopefully that helps. And they were different, like the basic and the deluxe were different last time. So if you got both, there wasn't that much crossover.
Well, that's good. Yay.
Yeah, and Kylene's saying that she agrees. If you have a team at all, buy both if you can. Absolutely get at least one, but if you can get both, do it so you can do samples and personally experience everything. Yeah, and that's kind of my thing is I feel like at the very least get one of them because it's the biggest bang for your buck. It's the next best thing after the starter kit. So if you can swing it, then I would do it because it is risky because you don't know what's in it, but like, come on guys, like what has Posh come out with that you're like, oh my gosh, it was the worst thing ever, never, ever, ever. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like the skeptical one where every new catalog change, and like guys, I've been here through many catalog changes, and I was always like, it can't get any better. It's lotion and soap. It cannot possibly get any better. And then they release something, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I need it. And like I tell you, I do this every like catalog. I'm like, I can't believe they did it. They did it again. And I'm like the crazy one. And like I said, I'm super skeptical. So I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah. Oh, and then something that I was going to bring up too before I forget. Okay. If you have new team members that are interested in joining, something that you need to remember, and I'm pretty sure this is the case. I did ask around, and I'm pretty sure this is what it is. But after the 15th of July, they will be getting the new starter kits. But they won't be getting them until after Posh Night. So what that means is they're gonna get the new product, but they don't know what's gonna be in the starter kit. But it will be new stuff, so it won't be old stuff. And then, and someone told me that they can ask for an extension on props. I will have to double check that. But if you guys have people that are interested in joining, make sure that if they really love the July kit, to join in the first part of July. And then someone else is asking.
So if they join on the 15th, they won't know what they're getting because they know they're going to get a kit, but they won't have a choice like they would before the 15th.
I think so. I have to double check. They won't have a choice. So, they don't know what's going to be in their kit, but it may be, because you know how we have the Lots of Posh kit and we have the theme kit every month.
Right.
So it's possible that if they pick the theme kit, they're just going to get whatever the new themed kit will be.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense? But they
Yeah.
won't know what it is. So it's a gamble that way, but
mystery theme.
I mean, some people like that, and I, whatever. I mean, if that's something that you're comfortable with, then totally. But yeah, so that's something to keep in mind. So if you guys have potentials, be sure to pay attention to that. Does anyone else have any other questions? Yeah, and Kylie pointed out too that you can sell or gift those things. So if you do shows and events and you keep some cash and carry, you can take those, and you don't necessarily have to open and try every single thing, although I do recommend trying everything. But you can sell those at your event and make up money for it. So help pay it off.
You were talking about, like at the very beginning, about selling, getting rid of your old Posh. Is it such, like you have to have it gone before? I mean, or is it that big of a thing? Because it's
I say I recommend doing an inventory sale, one for customer appreciation, because you want to reward your customers for being in your VIP group or to be, loyal to you. And this is how you're showing your appreciation, is by having a semi-annual sale, right?
What do you go off? Like how much? I mean, do you like $5 off, $2 off? I mean, what do you normally?
I usually do, and it depends. So I put all of my inventory on sale because to me, it's more worth it to have the cash in my pocket so that I can spend toward new product than to keep this inventory around. And I usually do about 1 to 2 off of any, like around the $10 item range. If it's around the 15 item range, then I have to think about this. Every year I'm always like, wait, how do I do it? So 15 and under, I usually do 1 to 2 off. And then if it's like 20 or more, then I usually do maybe 2 or 3 off. Like, it depends. If it's something that I cannot sell for the life of me, then I obviously discount it more.
Okay.
There are some products that I just am not a huge fan of or whatever, or I just don't talk about it because I don't know about it, so then it doesn't sell, so I need to get rid of it. But if it's like my best sellers, and I usually don't discount it a ton, I discount it enough that it's enticing for my VIPs because, again, I want to reward them. But if I know I'm going to sell it later, I'm not going to give a discount on it. If I know, like the gender bender, I love the gender bender. I have a love affair with it. I would not give that out for $4 off because I know I can sell it later, or I would use it,
Like the healer.
Oh yeah, like the healer. Some of the
sticks.
staples, so someone was asking if we knew, like, if someone got a kit in June or early July, if they were going to have a lot of like old product in it, retired product. And I was saying that we don't know, but the thing is, some of the things you can kind of guess, they're Posh staples. They're going to be around for a while. Like the skin sticks. A lot of the skin sticks are pretty huge sellers and stuff like that. And like the gender bender has been around for years. If they get rid of that, I will cry, but I also know that they will come up with something better. So anyway.
And you still would be able to, maybe if they did get rid of it, then people are going to be really looking for that gender bender down the road, maybe.
Depends, yeah. And here's the thing is, like, just because it's retired doesn't mean you can't sell it at an event. Like, I still have like some stuff that was in the closeout that retired that I still have and I sell at events. The people that I see at events aren't necessarily Posh lovers. Like, they're not addicted to Posh yet. So basically, if they like the scent, they'll get the scent. It's not they're not like, oh my gosh, it's retired and I can't purchase more. Like they might not buy from me again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Any other questions on transition or catalog? I recommend that you guys definitely look through all the business tools that you guys have, and make sure that you guys are using them and getting them out there. Because if you have old join flyers or pampering flyers, this is a good excuse for you to get it out the door. Make more recruiting packets, make more sample bags and stuff, and throw in more information, because this is a good time to get all that stuff out here, because obviously we don't know what the new stuff is, but all that stuff is seasonal, right? Like that stuff is all bright and happy, spring and summer related. So I always find that a really good way to get through things. Also, take inventory of the things that there's a really good training on this somewhere in the Tuesday training somewhere like years ago, but something that I really liked was she said take stock of all the business tools that you have and take stock of what you use, and then make sure that that's what you're purchasing for the next catalog. If you don't, like if you bought all the instruction cards but only really used instruction cards for like certain products, then don't stock up on more stuff you're not going to be using. Only buy the stuff that you know you're going to be using. That might be a no-brainer for some of you, but for me, I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, why would I buy more of the stuff just because it's new? But anyway, does everything go into closeout usually, like all the retired products, or does some of it just disappear? That depends on how much is left or how many products are left. So, if it's getting retired and there is product left, then it will go into the closeout. If it's retired and they've sold out of that product before the new catalog change, then it's just gone. That doesn't usually happen because they're pretty good about gauging how many products they should have in stock. But it has happened before where there was a product that sold out like right before the new catalog change, and it was just gone. It was retired. It was gone. They weren't getting more of it, and so we didn't see it in closeout. But that usually doesn't happen. Usually it does go into closeout. It doesn't necessarily. It's not necessarily discounted either once it's in closeout. So you guys, I don't know if you guys saw that from when you guys joined, but there were lots of stuff in the closeout that were still retail prices. So it really just depends.
Yeah, that was confusing to me because when you would go, especially even my customers, because they were brand new, they would go in there and I would say, oh, that's in closeout. And they're like, well, why is it when you go in and you look, it's still in, when you go in and just regular shop before they figured out that you go into the collections and you can see everything, it's all in one, but yet it's in closeout. That's confusing.
Yeah.
It really doesn't say it, since it doesn't really tell them it's on closeout. There's no symbol or anything.
They're gonna, you guys know that they're always improving the website, and the dev team is always working on new things. So I'm anticipating some new features coming to the website. I hope. I'm guessing again. I have no idea, but they're always working on stuff. So I'm assuming there's going to be some new features coming because, yeah, like our dev team is pretty freaking amazing. So they always come up with some really cool stuff. But yeah, so it goes into closeout because it's retired, not necessarily because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just retired. It's not in the new catalog.
Do you have stuff that that will be retired this summer but will come back next summer?
We have no idea.
I mean, have you had some like that before?
We did have, yes. We put the lime and the coconut. That body scrub came back this summer. It was a little bit more reformulated though. They added honey to it, but it was pretty much the same scent. And that was last summer that they brought back this summer. And then the Walk on the Beach scent was a previous scent that they brought back. So it's possible that we might have some summery stuff that leaves us this catalog, but will come back for next summer. I'm not entirely sure, so I'm just kind of, that's what's happened in the past though.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other questions on this?
They don't ever give us some kind of like sneak list of what's going to be retired though, right? Like right before the new catalog or anything?
They don't usually, although I think they did last time. So that was actually unusual, but I don't.
Yeah, they did. They gave us a short list like a week ahead of time. Like,
yeah, they did last time, and that was unusual because usually they don't do that. So I'm not entirely sure if that's something that they're going to continue to do or not.
Okay. I just need to know if the black cherry attack's going away.
If you want my opinion, I'm going to guess it will go away, but I'm just guessing. I have no data to back that up. Like, some people like to look and like try to, like, they're like, oh, well, the instruction cards are discounted, so they're going to go out or something like that,
yeah.
you know. But I haven't even looked. I'm not even sure. but it has been around for a couple of catalogs, and it is a spring-summer scent, so if it's possible, but I have no idea. Because it has stuck around, though, maybe it has longevity. I have no idea.
All right. I better get a couple.
Oh, that's hilarious. I went to a... Yes, that's a good thing to know. Nothing in Posh ever dies. That's actually very, very true. Layaway came back, guys. And never wanted that to come back. I am very sure of it, and it came back for the stores. So it's possible that that things will come back.
Hmm.
All right. Any other questions? All right, well, I'm going to end this recording. If you guys have any stuff to talk about after the recording, you guys are welcome to. We have like 7 minutes left to talk before we're cut off. So thanks for joining. Anyone that's watching this recording later, if you guys have questions, be sure to ask your sponsor, ask your team page, reach out, look at the Tuesday trainings. There's tons of information and resources out for you guys. So yeah, thanks for watching.